Hello again, everyone. The inspector back with you. Going to do a head shave. We just did our face shave with a PA Alt 11, excellent Alt Innsbruck homage. You can go back to my video before that I just did and check that out. My spiel about that. So we have our brush still loaded with enough soap. And I'm going to use another razor. I used this once, the Atlas razor. You see it online. You can buy it at Target. I just bought the handle with the one blade. I think comes with it. I think, or two. Anyhow, I used it once on my face. Did really well. So I'm going to use it on my head. See how it does. One thing I did, if you guys, I put it in my Save My Blade solution. And this here had a protective, I guess, substance, for Glide and all that. Well, that was all gooey. So if you're going to do that, do yourself a favor and just pat it dry. The razor, just dry it with a hair dryer so your blades won't get microscopic rust. I like the blades. It's an easy on and off here, just push up and blade ejects and easy to put it on. I like the handle. It's well balanced. This feels like it's aluminum, but it's not head heavy like the Supply razor is slightly. It's just well balanced. It has some rubber on the side and on the front, which helps it a lot, I think. So very comfortable to use as far as the grip goes. The shave was good. We'll see how it does on the head. I think it's going to do well, but we won't know until we do it. So yeah, we're just going to wet the head. I had taken a shower, so it's nice and clean. All I got to do is just resaturate it. We'll go right into it. Yeah, I think I'll have plenty for a 2-pass shave. This is an awesome scent. Awesome scent. Nice performance. You guys, you'll see I just, the soap has gotten pretty hard. And I just take a warm, damp brush, just squeeze out old water, load it up real well. Take the lather, a little bit of lather on my face. Puck is out, air drying. It should dry in a couple of hours, not a whole day, because I don't put hardly any, just a damp brush, warm brush on it. So anyhow, all right, we're good here. I think we're good. All right, so we're gonna heat up the blade and we're gonna get shaving. Let's see how it does without this strip. You can see a little bit of the goo's on there, but all right, so we'll go front to back. We'll see how this does. Pivoting head, okay, of course. I forgot to mention, sorry. And wow, this is super smooth, even without, wow, nice. Yeah, you know what? You could see it sort of coming off here, but even with that gone, the blade is very sharp, smooth, and it almost feels like it's, it's coming off, but similar to the feel of the blades of my Bic Easy Rinse. Very reminiscent because it's so smooth and sharp. When something is that smooth and sharp, guys, have you guys, been doing this for a while? When something is that smooth and sharp, it almost feels like, is this really cutting? But it absolutely is. All right, I'm just laying it flat on my face, no pressure. I'm gonna let the pivot engage. As you guys know, I use pivoting razor heads, head razors on my head. I don't use DEs. All right. Yeah, it's rinsing out well, pretty well. All right. I'm gonna just tap it just gently. Yeah. So far it's, yeah, no issue. For the big easy rinses, that's one of the best things about it. Not only does it, yeah, it rinses really clean because the gaps between the blade, it's also just like this where it's so sharp and it almost feels like it's not cutting, but you do feel it cutting just because you could feel the beard catch on the razor, but it's so smooth, it's not tugging whatsoever. Not tuggy. If a blade is tuggy, and you know, with a razor like this, you only have one blade choice usually, which is in this case. So if the blades don't work, guess what? The razor don't work. Some razors like the Defender, they have multiple cartridges, you know, mild and all that stuff, regular. I wasn't thrilled with the Defender using the regular blades. I thought it was too tuggy initially when you put the razor to your head, and so it wasn't for me. But so I'm gonna lather up again. See, it appears a little thin, so what we're gonna do is just add a little bit of water here and see how warm water, it brings it back to life. There's plenty of soap in the brush. This is after, excuse me, after doing a face shave with it. Allergies kicking up here. All right, so yeah, plenty. All right, so now we're gonna heat up the blade and we're gonna go back to front. Before I do that, I think I did cross the grain. Yeah, I did that already while I was yakking. And oh yeah, nice and smooth. When you really see where a razor shines, guys, is when you do an against the grain pass. Then you really see what it can do, and the sharpness of the blade, the smoothness of the blade. Comes together very nicely. I gotta say, really impressed. You know, usually some of these razors they could be hit or miss. Yeah, I've tried the Harry's. I like this a whole lot better than the Harry's. I think the blades are overall better. Cost-wise, I don't know how they stack up. I haven't done a cost comparison, but for smoothness and the handle, everything working together. Whoever worked on this project did an awfully good job, I gotta say. Awfully good job. The cartridges, I don't know what the price is, because I just bought the razor, but I don't think they're not that out, you know, they're not like Gillette Fusions or anything. So check it out. They're selling it, I hear, at Target. I think that's where I got it, Target online. So I had it delivered. So check it out. If you're in the store, I'm sure they have them on the shelves, hopefully. But if not, you can order it either from there or from the Atlas Razor site. But now I'm gonna get this corner here. Corners is where, you know, the toughest area for me, along with the back of my ear here. But this is, you wanna get lightly, don't press. You don't have to when the blades are this sharp. All right. So I'm gonna give it a good rinse of hot water. Notice I'm not sloshing it in my soapy water in my sink. Don't do that, because now you get a clean razor. Look at that. Okay, so I'm not, yeah, this is, the top had that Lubra strip that gooed up on me, and I had to take some of it off, but it's all gone now. But still, it just glides like no one's business. I'm just gonna take it like I do with, and just don't move it sideways or back and forth, just, and then once I do that, now that that strip is worn off, I can put it back in here. Yeah. See, I have a couple of my Big Easy Rinse, and then I've got my Schick Extreme in here. And so I'm just gonna lay it flat, and that should cover. You want those blades to be covered like that. All right. Save my blades. All right, we're gonna put that back. We're gonna rinse the head here. And a lot of slickness here. All right, using that brush. When I'm dealing with a hard soap like this one has become, or a tobacco triple milled, I like board brushes to get in there and pick up as much soap as I can, load it up really well. Can you do with synthetic or badger of any type? Yes. Horsehair, yes. I prefer, when I'm using a harder soap, to use a board brush. That's just me. I have brushes of all kinds except horsehair. I've had them before, I don't like them, but anyhow, subject for another time. Great head shave with the Atlas. Yeah, just super shave. Alt 11 soap, Omega board brush, and can't forget the Thayers. All right, guys, lay it on. Oh, nice. Yeah, and then when we get dressed, we'll go with a nice, a CAD or Enlightenment, like an Irish Spring sort of vibe going, the springtime thing. And yeah, anyway, guys, it's been the Inspector, the Head Shave. Have a great day. I'll probably see you next weekend. Take care.